Hi, I'm Kate with The Productive Teacher, and today we're going to play the word maker game with the OB word family. One-syllable words can be made up of an onset, that's any letter or letters that come before the vowel in a word, and a rime, that's the vowel and any letters that come after it. All the words in a word family have the same rime, but we can make new words by changing the onset. As you watch this video, you can listen to me read the words we make, you can read along with me, or you can mute the video and read on your own. Let's get started. Bob, bob is a word. Cob, cob is a word. Daub, daub is a word. Fob, fob is a word. Gob, gob is a word. Hob, hob is not a word. Job, job is a word. Cob, spelled like this, cob is not a word. Lob, lob is a word. Mob, mob is a word. Knob, spelled like this, knob is not a word. Pob, pob is not a word. Rob, rob is a word. Sob, sob is a word. Tob, tob is not a word. Bob, bob is not a word. Wob, wob is not a word. Yob, yob is not a word. Zob, zob is not a word. Chob, chob is not a word. Fob, spelled like this, fob is not a word. Shob, shob is not a word. Thob, thob is not a word. Quab, quab is not a word. Wob, wob is not a word. Blob, blob is a word. Brob, brob is not a word. Clob, clob is not a word. Crob, crob is not a word. Drob, drob is not a word. Flob, flob is not a word. Frob, frob is not a word. Glob, glob is a word. Grob, grob is not a word. Plob, plob is not a word. Prob, prob is not a word. Slob, slob is a word. Smob, smob is not a word. Spob, spob is not a word. Stob, stob is not a word. Trob, trob is not a word. Scrob, scrob is not a word. Shrob, shrob is not a word. Splob, splob is not a word. Squab, squab is not a word. Strob, strob is not a word. Throb, throb is a word. Awesome job. Let's count up how many words we made. Awesome job. We made 13 words in the OB word family. Thanks so much for playing. I'll see you next time.